So this is a follow-up video to my last video on billionaires. In the prior video, I discussed how billionaires give us virtually everything that we have. Mostly I explained by way of the billions that they have, that we all use all of those billions to produce with. The billions pay us to produce in the form of a wage, and the tools, machines, technology, materials, office buildings, factories, computers that we use that our employer has, those are paid for by the billions that the billionaires have. So all of their billions are not stashed in their pockets or under their mattresses, and they don't spend those billions, not most of them. We use them and we benefit from them. So that was the prior video, but I realized I hardly even mentioned the the other big side of the coin, which is they obtained those billions by way, usually, of creating products and services and coming up with ideas that benefit all of us. So, in other words, they got wealthy to begin with by way of making things. They become billionaires by having ingenious ideas, usually, and putting those ideas into action and creating products and services that serve us all. I mean, think of Henry Ford with the standardized automobile that made automobiles affordable to the masses. Think about Bill Gates, where he came up with software like Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel that made the prior kind of work, typing on typewriters and writing numbers down on large accounting type sheets of paper, tedious and troublesome. He automated much of that, sped up the process, made it more efficient. That's why we all use it. And it helps us create and produce. And that is worth a lot of time and energy. So that's how Bill Gates became wealthy. Same for most of the billionaires. I know some inherit their money, but most inherited money is lost within 2 generations. So, and even still, even if it's inherited, going back to the first video, we're still using those billions and we're benefiting from them. But most, put it this way, the billions became billions. People came to be in possession of billions by way of they or their fathers or mothers creating and producing and giving us products and services. I mean, look around you. Look at what you have: your shoes, your cars, your homes, medicines, planes you use for vacations, hotels you use for vacations, your computer, your phone you're watching this on. It came from somebody's ideas. People get paid a lot of good money for coming up with ideas. And the more of the ideas they sell, the number of units, i.e., the number of computers, cars, whatever services, the more they make. So they make billions by producing a lot of things for us and giving it to us in exchange for our money. So we willingly handed over money because we value the things that they have to sell more than that money being in our pockets. We chose to give them those billions. They got the billions from us. We would rather them have the billions and we have the products and services that they thought of and created than we would to keep that money. So it's our fault that they're billionaires. We thought we would benefit, and we have benefited. We benefit in our lives with all these wonderful things that we have that we use every day, these things that give us our comfort in life and their security. So we shouldn't get upset with billionaires because they're billionaires. That if they're a billionaire, that means they provided something that met our needs, that satisfied us, that made us happy. And that's the essence of capitalism. In capitalism, you only get wealthy, well, except for government intervention and cronyism, which I'll get to in a minute. You only get wealthy and succeed by way of producing something that others want. You get it by satisfying needs. You get it by satisfying your neighbors, by satisfying society. That is giving to society. We talk about giving back. That means billionaires should give part of what they own to people. We call it giving back. It's not giving back, it's giving. But billionaires truly give. They, by creating these products and services that we value so much, they are providing for society. They give us our homes, our cars, our clothes, our medicines, our food, our blankets, our literal and metaphorical blankets. They provide us. Just about everything you have came from these people making things for you. That's why you have them. And we're going to get upset because they have billions from doing that. They made a lot of money by providing a lot of solutions, a lot of satisfaction. So that is the essence of both capitalism in general and the essence of people getting rich. They are serving others. We should salute billionaires. We should honor them. They truly served their fellow man. It's as simple as that. I don't understand. I don't see how anyone could argue that that's not true. It is true. Yes, cronyism. I understand why people have problems with billionaires. I have problems with billionaires in the sense that, not in the sense, or because they often use their money to influence politicians and the government agencies to give them special privileges and benefits at the expense of consumers, at the expense of all of us in society. They do that. But the real problem there is that government sells itself out like a whore. Government controls everything in every aspect of life, economic and social. And that's what you voted for. You allowed that. So the problem is that we have created a government that is so big and powerful, it controls everything and allows and the individual members of the government allow themselves to be sold out to give favors to billionaires and those companies so that they can harm us. They do. But they cannot in a free market with competition and without being given government privileges. So in that sense, you should be concerned with government having so much control and, well, just that, having that much control. We should have a government that provides basic services but doesn't control every aspect of our life and can't control companies and can't intervene in markets to give special privileges to the highest bidder. That's not capitalism. That's cronyism, and that's corruption, and it should never take place. But the point of this video is to explain that in a free market, in a true capitalist society, that would not happen, and billionaires can only get wealthy and accumulate a lot of money by way of serving their fellow man, by providing solutions that people need for their lives. That is the essence of billionaires in a capitalist society. So don't blame the billionaires, praise them. To the extent that they do bad things, mostly you should blame the government. That's the lesson for today. Thank you.